God is so mighty. He has such a good sense of humor. He moves me to the south. Okay? I mean, there was nothing crazier to me other than Christians than Southern people. I'm just saying. People here say things like, all y'all. That's not even a word, all y'all. What does that mean? There's a church on every corner instead of a Starbucks. In LA, everyone says, hey, what do you do for a living out here? They're all like, where do you go to church? I'm like, church? I go to church in Neiman Marcus. I don't know where you all go to church. But God is mighty. Right? And he has a sense of humor. God is mighty. So, he moves me into this neighborhood with a bunch of gated Christians. Gated behind, I could not get out. He moves me there with literally the A-list of Christians. Because really, to me, I was listening more to Chris Rock than I was to Jesus. So God was like, all right, she's going to need some bigger voices. We're going to need backup. So he puts me in a neighborhood with Stormy O'Marty and the power of praying everything. Lord, why can't I have her book sales? Also, Bishop Rice Brooks, God is not dead. He is not dead. And Pastor Tim Johnson and his wife, Lachelle, Tim was a former Washington Redskin. He was a pastor at Bethel. He's now in Orlando. God has such a sense of humor. He puts me next to these two black people. And Tim, they would invite me over for dinner all the time. And I would go because I didn't have any friends. And they were really nice. They were the only people willing to put up with who I thought I was. Don't you know where I've been? But he has such a sense of humor because Tim would jog by my house all the time. His bald head all sweaty. No disrespect for the pastor, but and his Penn State. I went to Penn State. Outfit, jogging. He'd be like, what's up, baby girl? I'm like, I ain't your baby girl. I'm white. And I would be reading the Good Word. Us magazine. Hey, what you doing, baby girl? I'm reading the Good Word, the Inquirer. Want to look at it? No, I'm good. And then he would jog around, I swear, he would just go to the corner down the alley and come back just to be relentless and ask me to keep going to church with them one Sunday. I mean, these people tortured me. I was like, if I go to your church, lightning will hit your church. I don't want to go to your church. Go sell Jesus somewhere else. We're all stocked up at Crazy. We're all good. But they just kept on asking, which is what we all need to do, and loving and feeding and being kind. And they tortured me. I said that right? They tortured me, but this is how they really torture me. So I'm from LA. I said that. I spent 16 years starving. Not eating. That was my meal. Okay? And then Lachelle was cooking for me fried chicken and greens and mashed potatoes and homemade biscuits. Come on. If you want to bring someone to the Lord, you need to cook for them. I remember going into her house. It's just controlled chaos and just love, and watching her cook and taking raw meat and putting it in a pan, and I was looking at the pan thinking, what is that in the pan? I said to her. She said, grease. Like, grease comes in a spray bottle. No. So I agree to go one Sunday. One. Really, honestly, I just agreed to go to solidify my meal that night.